90-pound Zepbound weight loss. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I'm super excited on today's episode to talk about my 90-pound Zepbound weight loss and the last 17 full months. I'm really excited to share with you guys what's been working well for me to have this bump up. I had lost 88 pounds now to 90 pounds down with Zepbound. I am a turtle. Full disclosure, slow and steady wins the race. I have 100 pounds to lose. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping, and was one of the early adopters who started Mounjaro back in January 2023. So when you're doing the math, I'm talking full months here. I always like to count the full months of being on it. So I started on there because of the Mounjaro shortage, switched to Zepbound. Because of the Zepbound shortage, I've been on the Zepbound Compound Tirzepatide and have been on that with hopes and dreams and desires to go back to the brand name. I recently did an FDA shortage update on Zepbound, and I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to get my medication. But also, we do know per Eli Lilly's Q1 2024 investor call update that the shortage is going to go on until 2025. So hopefully I'll be able to go back onto Zepbound, but for now the compound is working for me. Let's go ahead and talk about what's working to hopefully help you, more importantly than me, help you for your weight loss journey of what may be beneficial. First and foremost, I do like to share, I was morbidly obese. This is now I'm considered overweight now, which is crazy to me, by the way, on the BMI chart that I am overweight. So, but I'm very excited not to be morbidly obese anymore. The biggest thing for me with my Zepbound 15 milligrams and equivalent for the compound, number one, is the massive appetite suppression change I've had. Meaning I don't really have much appetite suppression. I'm sure if I stop taking GLP-1 medications, which by the way, some people have, and I wanna make sure I address this as one of my Zepbound weight loss update components is, I don't think I will ever get off a GLP-1 medication. I know many of you have talked with your healthcare provider about potentially getting off the medication to pause or titrate down and then like go back up. For me, to help with a weight loss stall, I will not do that. That to me completely scares me. And again, you do you. This is for me. I have a GLP-1 deficiency. And so to me, it does not make any sense to stop taking a medication that is helping with that deficiency, that I know that I don't have the GLP-1 hormone, and that this medication, I had tried every single diet known to man, and the only thing that has worked has been GLP-1 medication. So I won't be stopping, I won't be pausing to push past this weight stall that I've had. I won't be like, I am where I am. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I wish I had, and I've said this before, I regret that I didn't titrate up more slowly, because I am at the ceiling. There's nowhere else to go. Like this is the highest dose until retatrutide comes out, or that higher doses get released with, please Lord, hear my prayer. Like, Papa, can you hear me? Eli Lilly, Papa, can you hear me? Can you please release, like, I would love a Zepbound 20 milligram or a Zepbound, I don't know, 21.5 milligram or something. Like, I would love that. 22.5 milligrams, something, 22, like something higher than 15 milligrams, please, would be amazing. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. But for now, the appetite suppression for me is basically non-existent, which is why I have moved to focus more in on protein. And you've seen me talk more about protein a lot. If you have, by the way, not gotten my free Zepbound meal plan, I have a new one coming out. I buy these from a dietitian. I bought them for over $500, so I own the licensing rights to give it to you for free. If you've not used this free resource, it's linked down in the description link below, as is all my free resources. Click that ... more button. And then you may have to click that more button twice. It's a hyperlink that will show you all, YouTube's changed the description. It will show you all of my links. So it has the free meal plan in there. It's a week-long meal plan, shopping list, protein. Maybe you're like, I'm so bored of my proteins that I'm having. Use my recipes. They're free. They were dietitian created by somebody who has their master's degree. And my gift to you as being part of the Countess of Shopping community, I kept hearing over and over people saying, I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to eat. I'm like, okay, let me have a dietitian, not me, but a dietitian who knows her shizzle to create this so I can give it away for free. So utilize that. It's on countessofshopping.com, but the actual direct link is down in that description link. So appetite suppression has changed, which is why I'm focusing on 100 to 120 grams of protein per day per the GLP-1 dietitian, and focusing in on this fabulous goodie, working out, lifting, helping to combat that muscle mass loss and building more muscle. Y'all, did you see, I have to brag on myself for a second though. Do you see my arms? And this is my after picture here. You see those arms? I'm like, that is a gal who was lifting weights. Like the whole picture here makes me so happy. Taking this picture on the far left, I took that yesterday. Like the bodysuit, which was a little bit tight, but that's okay. I'm gonna embrace in the success of this and not like pick myself apart and be insecure about it. Those arms are from a woman who's been working out. And I could not, when I first started, being morbidly obese, it was very hard for me to lift. And also I was terrified I was going to hurt myself, honestly. So I did not lift. And so months and months I would go by, I'd do videos and be like, I'm lifting, I'm going to. And I would try different things to lift, but I would go into it and I would get like anxiety attacks over lifting. And so I decided I'm going to stop making myself do that. Instead, I'm going to focus in on walking. Here's my picture. I'd walk Mr. Freddie. There's Mr. Freddie, my dog. Many of you guys know our rescue pit bull. I'd walk Mr. Freddie, and that would be great. I'd walk up a mile, then 2 miles, then 3 miles. Then one of my fabulous free group members, which I have a free encouragement group for people who are on Zepbound weight loss, Wegovy weight loss. Heck, if you're even on Mounjaro or Ozempic for weight loss, join the group. You're welcome. All are welcome at that table. Compound people, semaglutide, Tirzepatide, weight loss, all are welcome at that table. And a group member, I think it was Linda. If that's you, love you, Linda, had recommended wall Pilates. So your girls started to do wall Pilates. I literally hit a wall. And hitting that wall helped me build confidence and muscle. And then from wall Pilates, I then felt strong enough to start lifting. That's me lifting in my high heels. By the way, I have eyelashes on all my little pictures. I was like, we can't not have eyelashes while we're working out. So that's me lifting. I'm lifting now. I have not set the lifting program I'm doing intentionally by design because I want to give it some more time. I want to make sure I really like it. I'm loving it. But I want to make sure I'm giving, you guys know I test everything. Before I tell you about it, the rigorousness of what I do to make sure I'm giving you the best possible recommendations, and the fact that people trust me, I hold like gold, that for me is like super important. And so that's why I'm not talking about the lifting program I'm doing yet. I probably will because I'm loving it so far. So moving along those things, what I want to encourage you of number 2 is, what can you do to make this a sustainable lifestyle that you enjoy? I really enjoy walking my dog. And plus he will bark at me if I don't, or my husband. So someone's got to walk the dog, may as well be me. Move these hot little legs, move this body. So walking was the first way I started. If you are terrified to do lifting or doing wall Pilates or whatever, walk around your block. Now, I know we have many new people in the Countess shopping community, and thank you, by the way, for clicking that like and subscribe button, because I know we've got a lot of new folks here, and several are in wheelchairs, and that makes me so grateful to be in this space with you. And people in the free group tell me, I'm in a wheelchair, but I am doing X, Y, and Z to move. And that literally, like yesterday, I get emotional thinking about it. I'm like, how dare I not try? There are people who are in wheelchairs in our community, and you know who you are because I love you to pieces, who are in wheelchairs, who are moving. They're doing the best that they can with the resources that they have. And so I say, I give you a pat on the back. I give you a round of applause. It makes me, iron sharpens iron. It motivates me more to move more and to do more. That I have been given a gift with GLP-1 medication. And I don't mean to be a crybaby in these videos. I get emotional sometimes and I get really embarrassed about it. And I don't like crying on camera. And I feel really awkward right now. I feel really awkward. I'm like trying to push away crying. But this journey over the last 17 full months of taking a GLP-1 medication. I'm sorry, I like hate this. I hate being like crying, but it's true. Of where I was with like my life and not being able to move. And the thought that this summer with my son, I play soccer with him. The little boy yesterday was like, Mom, can we have a Nerf gun fight? Which for him requires a ton of running. You're like super, super active. And I did it. 2 summers ago, I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that before. And I did it. And the reason why I did it is because of this miracle drug for me. And I know for some people it's not a miracle drug. And I know it's just but a tool. And I need to reframe that it's not a miracle, it's a tool for me to do. I have to put in the work. And I know for people in the GLP-1 community, we're putting in the work because I still have to make good food choices. I still have to work out. I have to do. But it enables me as a tool to do those things. To be able to have the gift to be with my kid this summer, to make these memories with him, life-changing. Life-changing. And so Yes, it's about the weight. And yes, it's celebrating this victory of 90 pounds down, which is crazy, by the way. Like, that blows my mind. But more important than that victory is that I have my life back, the life that I could have only dreamed of. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm sorry, I need to stop crying. I feel so embarrassed now. Okay, I'm gonna, whew, I know you guys are like, go ahead, feel your feelings. And I'm all for feeling your feelings, but I'll feel them later. But you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys, if you know, you know that this is an emotional journey, that being 100 pounds overweight, it's not just about the weight. There's a lot that was in that body of being on my first diet when I was 10 years old, 8, 9, or 10, I forget, 8, 9, 10 years old, that have come to now being in my 40s and getting rid of like that diet culture and reframing what it looks like. That, oh my gosh, I simply had a GLP-1 deficiency. Whew, blows my mind. Okay, let me go focus back in on some solutions too of what's worked really well. I have been focused really on taking protein. I am obsessed with a couple of proteins because I do have an on-the-go lifestyle. One of which is, you guys know, I absolutely love Biocare. I will link their link with a discount code down below. GNC stuff I also love as well. And I'll link a link down below for you too. Protein focused, but being protein focused has led to some constipation for me this go around, more so than any other dose or even other month updates. And so with that constipation for me, been super important to take my magnesium. Not only has Bioptimizer's magnesium helped with my sleep, anxiety, and overall wellness, but it's helped with constipation. I'll link this down below in addition to a discount code in that description link. Just click that ... more button. Because of the higher protein, there was a constipation like backlash because the appetite suppression is basically gone, thus eating more protein, for me, and not as much fiber through vitamins, vegetables and fruit. So I'm eating more vegetables and fruit, but the magnesium is the hinge-pin for me. I take it at night. It's been when I don't take it is when I have more constipation issues. And so I hate talking about poop all the time. I feel like we talk about poop a lot more than I'd like to. We are at Countess of shopping, but it has been very, very helpful. And by the way, you need to talk to your healthcare provider before taking any sort of supplements. I'm not a healthcare provider. Oh, this one's not open. Nor do I pretend to play one on the internet, but the pills aren't crazy big. Some people get freaked out about those. They're great. I have also incorporated into a couple of other things. One of which is my Oura Ring to track my sleep. I have, and I did a whole sleep video on that. If you haven't seen that in the playlist, check that video out of like my documented facts of taking, by the way, that magnesium to help with my sleep. I've documented the change with my sleep, but because of my Oura Ring. And so I've gone back to wearing it because it gives me data. It gives me all my data of how do I feel? Is my body in recovery mode? Do I need to rest more? Like, it's what's my beats per minute for my heart? It tells me a lot of information. I was going through a really stressful thing with work recently, and it showed, I could see literally what was happening to my body from the stress. And I had this whole dialogue with the count of like, is this worth that of what it's doing to my body? Because I can literally see it on the Oura Ring data. You can see all on your phone. It syncs together. Which is, and then the sleeps on it is fascinating. For women who are trying to get pregnant too, the fertility component, I'm not in that camp anymore, but if you are, and if you're trying to get pregnant or look at your fertility, it has a lot of information on that too, which is fascinating. So I'll link down below a link for you if you're interested in the Oura Ring, but I've gone back to wearing it. I go through pockets of where I wear it, where I don't. I'm back to wearing it because it gives me a lot of good data, more so for my sleep, which also helped me figure out why the magnesium was so important for my sleep and how it made a big difference for me. Next, massive declutter. I've been massively decluttering through this process. The more I release body weight, the more our home is decluttering. And I'm an executive producer and also talent. And so for videos. And so we have a lot of PR that comes or for clients and things like that. And so we have a lot, and so it needs to be organized or processed, or when I'm done with a certain project, move things out. We had one particular product that was one of my favorite, best clients, and they've had some changes recently. And so I don't need to keep it was like 15 of this one particular product. And so, I've been doing a massive decluttering. My friends have been so happy. They're like, oh my gosh, well, like as I've been releasing stuff. And so I don't know if you can relate to that. If people who have been on the way, if you are massively decluttering too, I'm very curious. That's one of my questions for you to put in the comments. Are you massively decluttering? Is it just me? I'm like, I want not only to get rid of on my body, but get rid of stuff. That has been very, very helpful. But the flip side of that is my wardrobe has dramatically changed. I will link down below my Amazon shopping list for clothes because my clothes don't fit. Like this shirt and this one, this was from 2 summers ago. Was that right? 2 summers ago? I'm trying to think the dates. It was before I started GLP-1 medication. You see how tight it is in there? That thing is like a trash bag on me now, that green shirt. And I got rid of it. So buying new clothes, and I've been buying a bunch of them. I'll put my favorites down below on Amazon because they're not crazy expensive. And I always post in my free group each week the Amazon deals of the day as they restart on Monday usually. And I post those because there's a ton of clothes that are not crazy expensive and they're not going to be permanent pieces because I'm in between sizes. And jeans, I'm actually wearing them right now, my Amazon jeans, chef's kiss. But I'm massively decluttering, but I have bought more clothes, particularly this weight loss, the Zepbound weight loss update, because my stuff doesn't fit. And I've gotten things in a lower size. I'm size 14 jeans. That hasn't changed, by the way. I'm still size 14 jeans. My goal is to get to size 12 jeans. Oh my gosh, that would be like what I wore in high school. Um, and even for prelim Miss America, I don't believe I was less than 12. Maybe I don't think I was a 10. I don't think I was a 10 waist when I was in prelim Miss America. I've always been bottom heavier. So my goal is to get to a size 10 jeans. We'll see. Or size 12 jeans, excuse me. If I got there, oh my gosh. I'm already like, oh my gosh. But if I could get out of, I'm still plus size. So it will be curious to me, will my body allow that release? Can I get to that point? I don't know. I don't know. Shortage shot refill. Because I'm on the compound, that has been paramount with Join Fridays. That's a telehealth company I work with because they prescribe both brand names and also compounds. And then they work with compound pharmacies that ship the compound directly to me. My compound pharmacy that Red Rock prescribes me that comes from Join Fridays through Red Rock is the compound pharmacy. I love them. There's been a lot of chatter by them. This makes me so angry. There's been a lot of unbacked up, not cited sources about Red Rock Pharmacy. I have nothing but amazing things to say about them. When people are like, oh, they're not this, not that, not this, not that. Yes, they are. Like, stop with that shenanigans. Someone in our group actually pulled the Utah state records on Red Rock Pharmacy because they're based out of Utah. Like, their ratings are great. Like, for me, it's been nothing but fabulous. I'm not trying to invalidate anyone else's experience because everybody has their own experiences. But for me, it's been awesome. But when people go in and say, I'm like, cite your source. Anyways, if you've seen, there's been some wacko videos. They're wacko. Stop with the wacko. Like, let's keep things scientifically based. Let's cite our sources. Like, that is where I require and demand of myself to be scientifically accurate and factually accurate. And so you can see online that Utah state thing for Red Rock if you're with that. Because some people in the comments here at Countess is shopping, and then also I've seen other videos. I'm like, decline on YouTube. I'm like, block. I'm like, I don't want to see it because it's not real. Like, let's keep it factually accurate. So, anyways, because of the shortage, you can refill at Join Fridays after your third injection, which is what I immediately do. I immediately take my injection and I wiggle, wiggle, wiggle all the way over to my computer and put in for a refill with Join Fridays. You can do async if you've been on that. I forget how many months you have to be on the same level. You can do an async where you don't need to have a video chat with your healthcare provider. If you want a video chat, do. I don't. I'm always like, I'm good. Like, here's all my things. You have to tell, like, go through your specs and stuff. But because I'm at the highest dose, there's nowhere else for me to go. This is it. So when they do have the new higher doses come out, or retatrutide or some other higher data-wise, which, by the way, other people have asked me, why don't you switch to Wegovy? My healthcare actually covers Wegovy, but Wegovy or semaglutide's data is slightly less than Tirzepatide, slightly less than Zepbound, which is why I don't switch to that, because I'm on the highest. And for me, I have fear that because I'm on the highest, if I went slightly less data-wise, that I would have less weight loss or less appetite suppression than I already do. And so just being mindful of that for me. I had diarrhea one day. And again, I go back to, this is my next tip or whatever of my update, because I ate crap. I ate not well. And so one of our amazing group commenters, and you know who you are, their comment always begins with an A. And so you know who you are. Now I've given you, I love you. Always comments, and they always say that side effects partially are because of food choices. And I do agree with that. I ate this garbage and I had blowout diarrhea because I ate garbage. And so this medication, Zepbound, for me, aggregates or creates more friction with either constipation or diarrhea. It makes it more enhanced. And so that's one thing I want you to think about too. For me, well, I'll use my I statements. For me, I am thinking about the food that I'm ingesting. Is that making these side effects more profound, thus making it seem like it's the medication? Or is it just my food choices? Is it just my food choices? And so that's something I want to put out there for you. Take with and do with you well. For me, I had blowout diarrhea because I ate not well. It wasn't because of the medication, or the medication just made it more profound because I ate not well, right? That was the root. That was the genesis of the diarrhea. It wasn't, but I think the medication made it worse for sure. But it was because if I hadn't eaten unwell, the whole thing probably wouldn't have happened. So I think that that's interesting, and I wanted to share that. Excuse me. I get acid reflux. I've always had this since starting Zepbound. It was a new phenomenon, but now I'm just where I'm like, ooh, ooh. It sounds like I'm burping. I'm like, excuse me, not trying to belch on a call, just a little side effect of where I get this like in my throat. I am obsessed still with Element electrolytes. I still take those, as is their sparkling electrolyte water. When we go to the beach, I will take these with me. They're like mocktails, particularly the citrus one. It tastes like a margarita, in a salted margarita in a can. But I love the drink mix packages. They have been very generous with the Countess of shopping community to give us 8 free sticks with any purchase of the drink mix purchase. That would not work with these. But what I do is I buy these and these together so then I can get the 8 free sticks. So I will link that link down in the description link below, as is my daily vitamin. I am taking, of course, Gem daily vitamins. I'm obsessed with them. They're called Gem Bites. And they've given us a 50% off your first month subscription. I like these, quite frankly, a lot better than the other vitamins I had been taking. I had been taking a gummy vitamin, and my dentist is like, Elizabeth, it's going to jack up your teeth. It's going to get caught in your grooves. And so these are so much better, the bite size, and they have literally a ton of vitamins in them as well. So that is still the same. I've talked about magnesium, electrolytes, walking. And so that's my encouragement for you is, and what I've been reframing is, what am I changing to make permanent lifestyle changes? What am I doing to make permanent lifestyle changes? And for me, the movement, going back to the body movement component of these things, has been really helpful. And then the eating component, really working on that. When I ate garbage that one day, it was because I wanted to. I really wanted to have I had eaten so well and so clean, and I wanted to have a little fun with food. And I think that's okay for me. I know for some of you, you're like, I'm squeaky clean, or I'm so full, I can't even eat. And I don't want to say what, whenever people are like, I'm so full, I'm like, I wish I was back there. I had that, and it's gone now. I don't really have that anymore unless I titrate it up to a higher dose. I pray that I can go up to a higher dose, because I would love to have that back, of where I'm so full I can't eat, or I'm so full, like, I just don't really have that. Even on shot day now, it's been quite a change. And that was before, by the way, to clarify, because I know some of you are going to be like, oh, that's the compound. No, I had it on brand name too. This is what I've been experiencing with my appetite suppression, was the same thing that I had with brand name. So same thing. So that's where I'm at. I hope that that's given my experience, strength, and hope, and hopefully to give you some encouragement of what you can do to help change what you're doing, keep what you're doing the same, or whatever. But I do know I am required, per Eli Lilly, they tell us in the literature, to make permanent lifestyle changes. And that's my main focus. Continuing to heal my journey with food, with working actively with a therapist, super important, and continuing to do body movement. To be able to play Nerf gun fights with my kid. Like, that just makes me weep thinking about it. So stop. Our question of the day, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goal, for your accountability question? If you are working out while you're watching this video, you get an extra round of applause and an extra pat yourself on the back. Pat it right now. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back. And then 2, our emoji for today is going to be an apple. It's going to be an apple to help focus in on making some of these shifts of what works well for you today. Why do I do an emoji of the day? It helps me to get to know you better. If you've watched this far in the video, it helps me to know you. And your repetition of seeing your name over and over each video, which, by the way, I love when you guys go back and binge watch old videos. So many of you guys do that, and it makes my heart so happy. I'm like, Today's emoji is going to be an apple. It'll help me to get to know you better because I care. And then also the third component is I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, no worries. I will uplift you in positive thought. All are welcome here at the Countess of Shopping table. But it's another way that I can hopefully help encourage you or uplift you too. So sweet friends, what are you going to do today? You can either type it in if you're working out, you get grace to not type it in the comments, or you can come back after your workout and tell me to help hold you accountable. What are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? All of the things that I talked about, my Amazon shopping list, all of my supplements. By the way, I don't buy supplements anymore on Amazon. I buy them directly from the vendors that I've mentioned with the because they're discount links. Hello. And I'll link that in the description link below. Just click that ... more button. Sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.